I'm Melanie Traylor. Today I'm talking to you about a pattern that is coming in about a month called Carolina Mingle Quilt. Alright, so real quick backstory. Carolina Mingle Quilt is actually one of my very first few quilt patterns, and it's been removed from the shop for a few months now as I'm rewriting it. So normally when I rewrite these or bring these patterns back out, I don't change the design, but I have changed the design just a smidgen on Carolina Mingle. So if you have the old pattern, this one's a little bit different, but you will not need the new pattern if you have the old one. I thought I'd let you look at this quilt and then we'll talk more about it. All right, here she is, one big giant star. In this one I'm using my Sunset Serenade fabrics, which come out this November. I'm very excited about that. Who knew that purple and red could be so cute together? But anyway, this is a one size quilt, 66 inches by 66 inches, and it uses a method that I've been calling fabric foundation piecing, not to be confused with paper foundation piecing. So not FPP, if you're familiar with that. This gets put together a lot differently from that. All right, so this is going to be an intermediate pattern, so I definitely wouldn't take this on as a brand new quilter or even a 1 or 2 quilts under your belt quilter. This is something where you're going to need a little bit more extra skills, especially when it comes to placement. But here's a look at it. It is made with these giant half square triangles, and then made with the star points are made with that fabric foundation piecing I was just telling you about. I am smitten on this one. I absolutely love it. All right, so let's talk about the fabric foundation. So if you are familiar with string quilts, this is made very similar to those. So I don't think this is super common in the quilting world today, but I rescue a lot of quilts, as you may know. So I am touching, feeling, looking at a lot of old quilts, and I have seen this method repeatedly used in old quilts. And you take a piece of fabric that is your foundation, cut to the size that you want the unit to be, and then you add fabric on top of it. And in this particular quilt, we add those strips to make our star points, and then we end up cutting the foundation away, or at least half the foundation away. So I don't consider this very, very difficult, but it's hard to get points to line up. So I want to put that out there, and that is why I'm calling it an intermediate quilt. There is going to be a demo, and this won't just be available for people who have the pattern. This demo for those star points is going to be available next week for everyone, and you can see if you think that you could take this quilt on before you actually purchase it. I think you can. I think this is a very, very fun way to make the quilt, and even though I'm calling it an intermediate pattern, it does come together fairly quick. So I think I had it all wrapped up within 4 days. If you are interested in making the quilt bigger, I know it's a little on the small size. It's the perfect size for sitting on the sofa by yourself. If you wanted to make it bigger, you could just add to those borders. You could just add more borders to it. So that's one thing to think about. But anyway, I'm excited for its release. I am excited to show you those demos. I just think this is a really, really fun one, and I am going to be making a class for this over on the Quilt Class website. So if you're interested in that, don't buy the pattern, take the class, which that should come out this fall. All right, I think that's all. I'll have that demo available for you next week, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.